Check, 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 check. Hey, let's see if that worked. Check, 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 check. Hey, let's see if that worked. Oh, that's bad. What is going on? That sounds worse. Oh, that's bad. What is going on? Wait, did that fix it? That sounds worse. Wait, did that fix it? Sorry, guys. There's like some static going on. There's like some static going on. Oh, I think I may have fixed it. Haha. Oh. Okay. Hopefully that works now. Great. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, we're gonna try to make this thing work. It's been so long, guys. I'm rusty. Thanks for being patient. Yeah, we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna do some Houdini stuff, which will be fun. So yeah, let's jump into some Houdini. I'm gonna do a little bit of some things that I've been learning and playing with that are pretty fun. We're gonna do particles in Houdini and have them follow a little path, and then you can do some fun stuff with that. So let's just jump into Houdini. How about it? Again, we gotta, yeah, this is all gonna be a little messy. And I'm gonna use my Wacom tablet. It's been, it's actually been pretty nice using a Wacom now with like my 3D applications. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. So there's you. So I'll be pulling up the chat every once in a while. Oh no, until I can get the scene to work right. So if you have questions, maybe I'll hear them. I'll see if there's like a way I can like turn on. But I'll pull this up every once in a while and see if you guys are saying anything. Yeah, those of you that are kind of new to Houdini, this may even be a nice little tutorial session. But I'm gonna show you some stuff that I've kind of learned recently that I've quite enjoyed. Like, I know that they have, like with curves in the new version, they've updated them and they're a lot easier to use, which has been really nice. But we're just gonna go straight over here and do it. Curve. So you draw your curves, 4 views. And we need a top. We're gonna do the right side. So if you draw a curve, boom, boop, hit enter. So now, the cool thing is, yeah, you can use these curves to draw to guide your particles. So we're gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna show you some fun stuff we can do. So let's just create a nice. We'll do a sphere, and this is going to be basically our emitter object, and I like to move the position of it inside the context. So we'll do a transform underneath and move this to like there. So you got a curve, we got a sphere. And let me turn off the wireframe. Okay. Let me see if we have anyone in the chat. Yo, what up, Jeremiah? It's been forever, dude. I've been loving your art that you've been posting on Instagram. Super good. Like, your matte painting abilities are getting really good. Keep it up. Okay, so now you can just do a pop object or a pop network. This is just a quick way to do it, and plug it in. And instantly you're gonna get particles that start filling. If your playback is going way fast, click this little button here and see now it'll play back at the frame rate that you have it set to. So if you go in here, we're at 24 frames. But yeah, if you uncheck this, it'll play back like as fast as it can sim. So if you check this on, it'll play back to what you'd want to see it at. So I think this should be on by default. Okay, So we're going to jump into the pop network. And where did our pop objects go? Where did it go? Okay, that's odd that I can't see my pop network. It should be like right here. Onto all points. Let's just... Okay, something's not... Also, I always turn this on to just the pop object so we don't get anything else in there. You know, I'm going to put... Sometimes it's just nice to just do a scatter. Let's see if this will... Where? Oh, where? I have my guides on. Oh, whoa, yeah. Okay, my scene scale is way off. See how it jumped down to there? That's interesting. Well, let's just do this then. I'm not going to do that. It's weird that, like, yeah, my scene scale and my pop object is way different. It shouldn't be. It should all be the same. Yeah, it should look exactly the same. See, right now it's scattering onto just the vertices. Let's try this again. Cool. It's like scaling it up. Okay, sometimes I think I know Houdini, and then I jump in, and then it does something different, and I'm like, I guess I don't know Houdini. Yeah, see, it should be taking on the position of the other thing. Anyway, okay. See if anyone's... Okay, so we're going to do... How many people do we have on right now? Where does it say? Oh, we have 10 people. Okay. So you could do... what is it? Curve... Pop, curve, force. Put this in. It's going to ask you for your curve object. And there it is. So what you're seeing here is the curve force. So you like right now it's doing a massive curve force, but we can see that our transformation, it's not taking on our transformation scale. So I think we need to go in here, use transformation, right? No, it's still not taking it on. What the heck? Source. It should be doing it from first context. Why is it not taking on its position? Let me see one more thing. We're just gonna go straight to there, and then do I need to move it out of here? Is that why it's not doing it? Why is it, guys? This is like a weird thing that's happening right now. Okay. Anyway, if you go into your pop curve force, well, first if you hit play, what it's going to do is it's going to start pulling it along the curve force, but the curve force is so huge that I think we need to just bring it. Where is it? Shaping. That's what it was. Bring the shaping down so it follows the actual curve. So that one line's the curve, and then this is the force around it. And right now it's not following it perfectly. And I believe we can choose segments. Where is it? So you can see the grid spacing. So this is showing the curve force around. And right now it's way too intense. So then you'd want to come in to all your forces, and like well, that's way too low. See, it'll start pulling it around that. I'm just kind of confused why it's not moving it based on where I would like. Like it should be in the right position. 1 second, guys. Looks like we're doing a little bit of reset to defaults. So my sphere's here. Okay. Maybe did I change the transform and I didn't even realize it? Is that what happened? Am I just being dumb? Okay, so now I'm going to do a transform. Something I did. I'll probably go back and watch this and be like, I'm a fool. And realize I did something wrong. Why did I change the center of this? I don't even know. Reset. Sorry guys. We're using the transform. Now let's see if this thing is doing what we want. Okay, now I'm going to look at the pop force. Hey, I think we fixed it. Yeah, something with my source was off. So see, right now it's just like crazy. And it is in the right position now. But I can do increase the follow scale. And I turn. Sometimes I like to just like turn everything off that's that it starts at, so and see what's going on. So right now it's pushing it that way, but if I reverse this, there we go. But if I increase this, and I know sometimes, what is it? Global forces. This is like the fall off from the curve. Okay, let's see what. Go back to shape and see if I can turn that down, and I'm going to make this even smaller. See, I want it to be able to, yeah, do something like this, but right now it's not doing it. So a lot of times when I'm playing in Houdini, I feel like I'm just like messing with the parameters and seeing what happens. It's almost like everything is like inverted. Yeah, we need this to I'm gonna really crank up. See, it's like spitting it out in a weird way. I think that the curve force, because this is the beginning and this is the end, it's shooting out, the velocity is going this way. And I think we can see by the guide. Yeah, see the arrow? So what's happening is because it's at the end, it's pushing it that way. So I'm sure there's a way to reverse it, to invert it. Let's see, guys. None of the guides. I bet you there is a way to invert that somewhere. But if there's not, we're just going to move the sphere on the other side. Yep, we're just going to do the easy way. I'm just going to take the sphere and put it on this side. Now if I start over, you'll see, okay, so now the force is so small in the end that it's not really being touched by it. So let's bring this scale back up on this side. Now we're starting to get what we want. And okay, we're getting closer. Let's see if the follow scale. See, the follow scale I think is a little too intense. And let me mess with max. We're getting closer. It's still kind of pulling those out in a way I don't want. I think just the scale of the whole scene's a little off, and so it's doing some. There we go. This is a little bit closer to what I'm looking for. It's like pulling it in like that. because I want to show you guys some cool things you can do with this stuff. See, that's even kind of a cool effect. And if you ever don't want to look at your guides, just go in here and turn them off if it's distracting. Yeah, a lot of like the way I learn is taking like a force and playing with it. What is your put the reverses node in the path? I don't know. I didn't really reverse it, Francisco. I didn't really figure that out. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So yeah, once I can get this to follow a little bit more, and like I said, let's just like play with. I'm sure there's people that like they do it exactly right the first time and they put in all the right inputs. But for me, Houdini is very much like, it's like just playing with a tool and seeing what it does. It's like tweaking a number and seeing what that does, tweaking a number and seeing what that does. And I'll learn different things as I go for sure. See, that's massive. The max influence, max radius. Let's see if I turn that up, what does that do? Ooh, that's kind of, it's like pulling it in an interesting way. What if I increased this to 2? I want the follow path to be a little bit faster, but sometimes if I increase it, it just launches it out into like space, and I don't want that. I want to follow this curve a little bit more. What does orbit do? Is that like, whoa, see? Orbit way too high. So is that like spinning it? That's giving it, yeah, that's giving it a little bit more of an organic look. I don't even want it to orbit. Let's see, let's go. So maybe my fall off is what's killing it. No. Incoming velocity force from curve. So this is if it's taking the velocity from whatever it's shooting out. That's orbit force, suction. Let's just crank the suction up so it's like a vacuum. Nope. Follow force. Okay, maybe is this why it's not following all the way? Nope. Let's see if this fixes it. I'm really gonna crank the air friction. Oh, we're getting closer. See, I cranked that number up, and then that like, now it's starting to be like, oh, the path is over here. But it feels like the follow force is maybe too intense, and so it's pulling it too fast. Another way. That's starting to look cool. That's what I was trying to do. That's exactly what I was trying to do. I want to see if I turn this thing down. What is that going to do? Okay, see, now it's launching it back into space. So I want it to be within that area. And I think if it goes outside of there is when it starts getting really messed up. I'm really just going to I'm going to double that. That's cool. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. This is getting closer to what I'm trying to do. Let me just, not 109. Go back to 10. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to first build this like little path, and then what I wanted to do is maybe let's add like a fluid, pop fluids, and give it some a little bit of fluid particle separation. Because the scene's so small, I think it's doing some weird stuff. Yeah, this is gonna give us a little bit of that like clumpiness, like what you'd see in some particles with fluid. See, yeah, now we're getting this like clumpy. That's starting to look more like a fluid, which is what I'm trying to do. Because I'm like, I want this to look like a goopy fluid that's being pulled. That's kind of fun. Let's turn down. See, this is why I love Houdini. It's like I said, I'm not like a super good technical Houdini artist. I'm very much like a, does it feel right kind of person. I'm like, oh, is it feeling right? Is that like a cool look? See, that's rad. So you could do this like if this is like a product, you know, and you're trying to show like an energy drink, I don't know, or something. You could do you're guiding. It's just fun to be able to like guide stuff like this. It's so rad. See, that's cool. Let's see what anyone's saying in the chat. You got this. Yeah, I always use Vex to increase the force of any scale based on the velocity of the particles. Smart. It's probably the correct way to do it. Okay. Sorry guys, let me check one thing. I'm gonna let this kind of play for a second. Just checking. Quick message. Okay. So that's looking pretty sweet. We could try to add. Let's see if I'm gonna add. I don't think there's a gravity force in here yet. Put the gravity force in and see if what this does to our. So that's a little too intense. It looks like it can't quite hang. So I'm just gonna do like a. Yeah, because the size of our scene, it's just. This is gonna be like we're gonna try to make this really subtle. See, that's not working. That's not working. Let's try -0.5. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know if any of you that use Houdini do this, but this is kind of how I like to play in Houdini. And then, like, you just come up with some crazy, weird stuff. Like, look at this. Like, what the heck? That's kind of rad. I'm enjoying like the look of this. It's just kind of a cool look. All right. And today's little Houdini sesh may not be a super long one, but I'm trying to get back into the flow of things. Get it, huh? The flow, as I'm doing this kind of flowy effect. I'm also not someone that's really good at, which I wish I was, doing like all the coding and stuff, guys. I'm so much more just like drag the tool in and play with the tool, and does it look right? Does it feel right? I think if I got better at my abilities in programming and all that, it would probably help me. Okay, I'm gonna crank this back up. See what we're. Oh man, that's looking pretty cool. And see, we made this really quick. Also, I just saw something that I've had people ask me about, and this is just simple. Sometimes you get stepping, and those of you that are new to Houdini, if you're getting that, you just want to increase your substeps, and don't go crazy at first. Try to see if you can get away with just the least amount, because it does take a lot more time to compute. But if you're still getting some stepping, basically when you have fast moving stuff, you need to increase your substeps. So anytime I see someone's like pyro stuff and there's like those lines that are just like in it, it's like, oh, increase substeps. Now you usually fix it. All right, this is kind of a cool little fluid. So I'm gonna just be happy with this for this project. And we're gonna jump back out. Also, in your pop object, if you have a star here, it's gonna include, shift. It's going to include everything. So if I have a ground plane and stuff, it'll all be in there. And that people are, I've seen some forums, people are like, why can't I get rid of my ground plane? It's because it's including everything with that star. So just do your pop object, and that'll be just your particles. So just quick point. These are just like little things that you kind of just do and you don't really think about, but yeah. See if any increase of velocity. Pistol shrimp. You want it to go faster? All right, fine. We're gonna just do, I think, the velocity, the follow. I think that's what's gonna. There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because it slows down. It goes fast and then it slows down around the curve. Yeah, we'll do that. It's just like spraying. Yeah, so you could use this. The cool thing is, we could go back in. This is why Houdini is super rad, is just go back in to our curves and we could just play with our curves, like the position of them. And it shouldn't... Oops. Which one is it? And I gotta hold insert point. How do I grab both of these? I forgot. There's F. Nope. G. Nope. Nope. I can't remember how to grab both these curves. Is it... Were there... Oh, there we go. They weren't connected. I was just gonna... Come on now. Come on now. See, now it's just grabbing Bezier curve. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, you can mess with the position of your curve and get some cool stuff. It's slowing down right there. I'm wondering if we did in the pop follow. Let's see if the follow, we can increase that over time. Oh, it's already maxed out. Is it a bad idea if I decrease it and then increase it? No, that could just be my air resistance. I just don't want to lose the see, that's even cool. See, there's just so many ways, so many different things you could do, like stylistically. You got to make sound effects too. That's actually part of it. Make the sound effects. Sweet. Hey, and just for fun, let's throw in, let's go back in here and just duplicate this and add a transform, add a null, and just call this collision. I think I can do, yeah. What if we added like a collision object? Right here. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. All right, we go back into this. Or can you put it into one of these? I can't remember. All right, we'll do a static object. And I'm gonna locate the collision. And we're gonna use the transform. And I set up a key so I can just do M for merge, just like I do in Nuke, which has been incredibly helpful. So there's our collision object, but if you don't want to display the object, but I think we can do, what is it, show collision guide. There we go. So we can see where our object is. Then we're going to hit play, and these particles should hit and interact. There it goes. With that. And then you can just play with, let's actually turn off the display. You can turn that on if you want. And let's increase the friction to like 10. And we'll mess with the particle friction as well. It's like a water bender. It's looking pretty cool. Yeah, let's go into here. What if I increase the friction? Make my particles. Maybe this make them feel more viscous, or they're just a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad idea. That actually didn't look as cool as I thought. Yeah, let's keep that down and just keep the friction on the sphere up. Okay, that's fun. All right, so now if I go out of this, like I said, if in here you did have this on that, all of, like, you'd see the collision object. And so again, just make sure you're on pop object and you delete the star, and it'll just be that. All right, so now I'm gonna just do I'm gonna write this. I'm curious how you guys cache stuff. Let me save this project. That way it's kind of set. Beep, 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 boo, boo. We should call this fluid stream. Fluid stream. Okay. Error occurred. Oh, that's weird. That's odd. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. All right, now I'm gonna write this out. We'll just save it to disk. And it's saving. This is I think .bgo. Yeah. So it says right here. It'll do your project name. It'll do this OS is this name, so I probably should have named this fluid V1, and then this is all saying do the frames, and then .bgo. So then it's set to load from disk. So now I can play this back full speed and kind of see what it's looking like. So that's looking cool. So some fun things we can do. So now if you wanted to, you could totally just disconnect this, and now it's just its own independent thing. And then we could do a fluid mesh particles. And this is something that I'm curious how everyone here does this, because I feel like I can never really get a nice looking fluid. It always, like, I don't know. It's so hard to get this to look right. Like, I feel like I'm always getting like stuttering. Oh, maybe I went too far. Escape. Uh-oh. Make something in Pyro? Yeah, maybe I will. What up, Sam Welker? It's been forever, dude. I'm gonna increase this really quick. We're gonna make the particle separation smaller, because that's originally, I want it to be closer to what my particles were. I know there's droplet scale. Yeah, I think I need to learn exactly how to mesh this, because I'm always having a hard time getting this to look right. It's so hard to get this to look correct. And obviously it's Houdini, so there's people that know how, and they probably are like writing code to do it, but I just don't understand. Guys, I'm gonna have to be done here soon, which is a bummer. But basically, this is what I was gonna do. I was gonna do that, but we weren't done yet. You know what else I wanted to do? So if you come in here, one of my favorite things to do is trails. If you want to make this thing like, and I did this on my Instagram. Connect as polygons. Let's see. I don't know why it's still showing my particles. It shouldn't be. Oh, something got frozen. That's weird. Whoa. That was... Anyway. Guys, I gotta go. But thank you for joining. Oh, let me go back to me. Sorry it was a short day. We'll do another one of these. And we'll see you